So we are going to be creating a value exercise like this. So to get started in your sketchbook, you can take up not even a full page, but about half of a page of your sketchbook, and you can go ahead and label it value exercises. When we're finished, then you can turn this in on Google Classroom. Just take a picture of your exercises and then turn them in. So we're going to start out by creating a bar. Just try your best, doesn't have to be perfect. And then within the bar, 3 lines equally drawn apart as much as, or as best as you can. So we're going to create gradation. So this first one is called a segmented gradation. And a gradation is basically a gradual change in color or value. And for this example, this is going to be a gradual change in value. So we're going to go from super dark and then work our way up to the lightest value. So I'm going to start on this side. This will be my darkest square, and I'm going to slowly work up. So when you start adding dark values, you don't just go in immediately and start pressing full pressure with your pencil. That doesn't work. We need to have a foundation so that we have a nice even value. So even though this is going to be my darkest, I'm going to still add a nice light layer in this section. So fill your entire section using good craftsmanship, staying inside the lines as best you can, making sure there's not a lot of white space in between each stroke. Just nice and neat. So really light layer to start off. After that, I'm going to change directions with my pencil. And by the way, when I shade, I don't shade how I write. I hold my pencil kind of loose and kind of low. So whatever works for you. So I'm going to do another layer, a little heavier pressure, and I change the angle so that I have a little more coverage. So anything that maybe I missed the first time, this will cover. So just another nice layer. I can go through and clean up some of those edges that I miss. Then I'm going to do it again, different angle and a little more pressure on my pencil, just slowly building this up. So we have a nice foundation value, and this will be a lot richer than doing something like that. Then really heavy pressure, and then I can just keep going over this until it is as dark as it can be. So then that's going to be my darkest value. I'm going to move over. This one is also going to be dark, but it's not going to be as dark as this. So I'm going to do the same thing, just add a nice light layer and then slowly build up in this box. So I'll do the same thing. So these are just going to be ever so slightly lighter from each other. This one will be the lightest one. Don't leave it the white of the paper. It will still have a little bit of value, but maybe just one layer. The next one that you're going to do is a smooth gradation. So go ahead and write smooth gradation. Unlike the first one, we are not going to be able to pinpoint exactly where the value changes. So this one, there are lines separating it, but for this one, it's going to be very gradual. So you're going to start from the outer edge, and with your pencil, you're going to work your way towards the center and get lighter and lighter as you move towards the center, very slowly, and eventually it just kind of tapers off. Then I'm going to go back through, getting a little bit darker, heavier pressure, but still very gradual change. We don't want to be able to pinpoint exactly where the value changes. It's got to be that gradual. Okay. So the next and last thing that you're going to do is create a circle. The circle is going to have a light source, and shining down on the light, we're going to turn this flat circle into a sphere. So the light's shining on here, but this is the outer edge. We're going to make it look 3D. So we're going to start adding value, and kind of like the smooth gradation, this is going to look more 3D, and I'm just going to build up that value until I have a nice example. And that's your value exercises.